Hello YouTube. So today is a home stretch with the car. Pretty much the car would definitely be able to run now. I haven't put any water or coolant in the system yet. Everything is pretty much plugged in. Now I just want to get straight to the wiring of the new electric fan. So I definitely know the car will be able to run, because I was running the car without a fan for years. So I know it's definitely capable of running at this point. But like I said, time to get to the electrical fan. So after some debating, oh, hello, what's going on? Yeah, sorry. So got the intercooler on. Probably watched the last video if you haven't seen it already. It's a banger. And yeah, so now I'm just working on how to get the wiring done for the car. So as you can see, I do have a relay kit here. Picked up a couple of things I think I might need, such as a fuse tap. Got the circuit breaker, I believe, and a couple of ends. I also will be doing a switch for the fan. I'll be putting it on a switch, and also a coolant temp, a new coolant temp sensor. So yeah, so definitely first time doing a lot of wiring, not too good with wiring, so it should be pretty fun. So I don't know if I probably have mentioned it because I'm always talking about it, but I'm probably going to end up putting the coolant temp sensor right here in the block. This way it does have a 190 on there because it is programmed to turn the coolant fan on at 190 degrees, which is fantastic. Before I was having my fan kick on around 200 or such, which I thought, in my opinion, was too warm. I do think it's like a stock thing with Saabs that they should kick on at 200, so I didn't want to go too far, deviate too far from that. So 190, and it kicks back off around 175, or yeah, around 175, I believe. So the original coolant temp sensor, it's in here somewhere. Can't remember where I saw it. Oh, down here, right under there. Probably can't see that. Right there. So what I'm gonna end up doing right now is cutting the hose, and I know brand new hose, gonna have to cut it though. Cutting the hose and getting that coolant bypass, coolant temp sensor in. Cool. Now I'm going to be making the incision for the bypass. I did get this on Amazon. Both of these actually. This is an American Volt, I believe was the brand, and this is also another thing I got off Amazon. I will maybe link it in the description if I don't forget, or if I don't get too lazy. So I'm going to put this bypass in the top of the top radiator hose, just because that is where most of the coolant will be flowing from, and also probably be the most accurate reading of the coolant. So thermostat is behind here. Sorry for the view. Thermostat, this upper radiator hose is connected to the thermostat. So I think right about here is going to be the best place for me to make the incision and to kind of put this in. Not too far, so I will have to probably run a ground pretty close to the car somewhere. I do have lots of grounds right here, just chilling, so it shouldn't be too hard. And yeah, so now I'm just going to make the marks. Cool. Obviously I don't want to, obviously I chose to do a little bit less, because it's easier to take off material than putting it back on. So I'm probably also just going to leave this in the car and just cut it this way. This end isn't, well, it's on the radiator, but it's not clamped down, so it should be pretty easy. Hopefully I don't have to take it back off to do that. So there that is, and yeah. So I did plan on using these snippers, but obviously they do not look like they'll be big enough to make an incision of any sort. So new plan. Alright, smells smoky, don't really think that was doing anything. I just decided to take it off completely. Here it is. Always happens that way, so don't be lazy, folks. But yeah, so not too sure how I'm going to take it off. Probably just gonna try and cut it. I wish I had a saw. Every video that I saw typically used a saw to take it off. Hopefully these scissors work. Highly doubt it though. Need some real chompers, man. You know, I'm not too sure if I'll actually link this down. I did not get sponsored, but I did get it off Amazon, so you know, you guys gotta work for your money out here, man. Don't let these companies make money off you for free. Although very useful product. Just know I got it off of Amazon. It also came with these clamps, hose clamps. I'm just gonna go ahead and use them. Why waste some things? It's getting there so far. So this is the way I need to orientate the hose. So this is the piece that came off. Hopefully it's not too big. As you can see, it might be just the right size. New piece is in. As you can see, it looks very, very nice. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I mean, I knew it wasn't gonna be too hard, but it looks good. So got the clamps on as much as I could. Those things aren't going anywhere. Just put the worm clamp back on. Super low profile. I really, really like how that came out and how it looks. So for this part of the build, I wanted to mount the circuit breaker. As you can see, I'm getting started on the relay kit. The relay kit did come with a circuit breaker, so I decided to try and mount the circuit breaker with the rivet tool. Obviously Amazon special, didn't really come through for me, but I just went ahead and found a self tapper and simply just tapped it into the strut tower or firewall, whatever you like to call it. And right here I'm just getting my wires finally routed. and things of that nature. So took some time to map out, but obviously, doing this kind of stuff, measure 100 times and cut once. So that was the mentality I had going in with this, and just making sure it looks clean for the future, so I don't have to go in there and eventually do it again. So here, just stripping the wires and just getting technical with it, the basic. So this video is pretty much all over the place, but I've been working on the wiring, and this is the wire that I'm running from the circuit breaker to the battery. So I got one end done, as you can see, but I just think that it could be a little bit better. So I'm just gonna put a little solder on this right now, and I'm gonna get this other part. This is going to the circuit breaker. I got my heat shrink on the edge right here. This is going to the battery, so I'm just gonna also do that, put some solder on there also while, yeah. So I'm just gonna put this on a quick time lapse and get started. Okay, so I feel like that's a catchphrase for me, but so far this is what I got going on. Fuse relays over here, just using this nice little clip to hold it up. I have the red wire going to my circuit breaker. It has a fuse on it. I don't know if I'm really actually going to need this. Then I have one end coming from the circuit breaker all the way down, connected here by the battery, as you can see. I have my blue wire right here, just kind of waiting to plug it into the fan. I have my white wire snaked in behind, probably gonna wire tap it into an ignition source in here. That's what I'm thinking, at least for now. So probably wire jump it on my black wire, which is right here, right waiting to ground. So I am at a bit of an impasse right now. I'm just drawing blanks completely, trying to wire this black wire. I'm not too sure exactly how to do this. This aluminum piece obviously isn't grounded, so it has this little piece to ground it. So I'm thinking I probably need to ground this piece right here. Has a little screw, ground it maybe to a ground, one of these grounds right here, and then run the black wire to the coolant temp sensor. But then I also want to wire in my fan, so I think I'm gonna have to wire. I'll try and link down the video down below on the video I'm using to do this, but basically I'm gonna have to branch this off and wire it to my switch that's gonna be inside the car. So I actually took that off, as you can see, and yeah, I got a little started. I think I'm probably just gonna try to go through here, try to go through the fender, I think, to get the wire in here. Other than that, I don't really know how else I'm gonna actually get the wire in, so I need to go buy some wire from the store. And yeah, so I mean, it's not too bad. The instructions I got with the kit from Amazon, they say that this fuse is just supposed to be, this red wire was just supposed to go to the battery, and this white wire was actually supposed to use the circuit breaker. Videos I watched though kind of had it the other way around. The red wire went to the circuit breaker to the battery, and so on and so forth. So making progress so far, and yeah, I'll definitely check back in. Okay, so wiring is officially complete. I got my wires. I went ahead, it's coolant temp sensor, got my ground for the block, running all the way right here, running under, tried to make them as clean as possible. Going to these grounds right here, got the fan finally wired. You can see got two wires running right here, one to ground, and one to the relay, circuit breaker. I have not wired in the ignition switch yet. I'm gonna see if hopefully, realistically, this should turn on without the ignition switch, to my knowledge. Hopefully that is correct. I did go ahead and wire in both wires. I have my ground coming from my relay. You can see, going inside, and I have another blue wire. That one runs all along under, comes up right here, goes through. Hopefully the hood doesn't kink that wire or anything. Comes down inside, follows this hack job of a audio system I got done a while ago, and comes through here, comes out right here, and into the switch. So that's pretty much all the wiring now. So only thing that's left to do is put the battery in the car and start it up. So hopefully I really wired it like I wasn't gonna have any issues, so hopefully I don't have any issues, because it's gonna take a lot of diagnosing. Slowly making progress on the vehicle. I know I'm officially getting power now. Turn that on. Power is on. Switch turns on and off. That's LED now, so I know the switch is getting power. Only thing is that it's not turning anything on. So I believe the relay has power now, which is a good sign. So I kind of think, or logic is telling me that it should work if the coolant temp gets up to temperature. So I do think the video I am using as a reference, I might link it down below if I don't forget, or if I'm not too lazy. It had a two-prong switch. This one is a 3-prong, so I might just have to tap into a 20 amp source just to see if that might help. I'm not too sure though. So slowly but surely getting somewhere. Okay, so alright, so this is what I rigged up. I don't know if this is safe or not. I basically the wire, that I did put it on the top and it didn't work. Put it at the bottom, and let's see what happens. Sorry, very annoying. Off. Let's see. The light doesn't stay on. But it's on. It's kicked on. I don't know. This is a little too low for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope it actually. It's working though. Let's see. It's working. Let's see. I decided to go to pull. So. Look at that. Is this really as fast as it goes? This is kind of a letdown, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I mean, it's putting in work. It sounds really low. I was kind of expecting it to sound a lot higher, so I'm guessing I just need another fuse tap, or maybe to tap into this wire, tap this into that, and it should probably work. I think the light's not on because it's obviously, it's not using like a full amp or whatever, so maybe that's why. But definitely made some progress. Okay, I don't know. Yeah. So I'm at a bit of an impasse. Last clip, I basically showed the switch finally working. But one thing I noticed is that the switch doesn't necessarily, the light doesn't come on. So it flashes on, but it's like very, very weak. And that's, if you notice, let me just show you guys really quickly. Whenever I hook up the wire into, it doesn't work on the top leg of the circuit. It just keeps it on, lit up. So it doesn't work or anything. But when I take it out and I put it in the second leg, I put it on the second leg, starts off, as you can see. I don't think the camera will pick it up, but it switches on and it's on right now. If you can't hear it, it's on. But the light, see, the light goes on and off. And whenever I use a fuse tap, I went and bought these fuse taps. They might be the wrong ones. It says for mini fuses. These obviously are not mini fuses. So sorry, I don't have multiple hands here. So you kind of just basically, so as you saw, I put it in the fuse box, and on the lower leg it works. So basically I would tap in, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's not lighting up because it doesn't have enough power or something. So maybe if you put it on with the fuse, it should work a lot better. So I basically put it in 20 amp. This is my which one is this? This is a daytime running lights switch, by the way. I took it out because I didn't like my headlights on all the time. Just when I'm sitting, I didn't like people knowing I was in my car, I guess. Just the lights on. So as you can see, I have it in now. I'm gonna switch my little rigs. These are the wires I came up with. One for 2 connectors, and then one just to test. So the red one goes here, blue one, and when I put the key in and on, it just lights up. This is in the off position and it's on. But as you can see, it gets a lot more power now. It's lit up completely. So I honestly have no idea what it is. If I put it at the top, it also doesn't work correctly either. So I don't really know exactly what to do right here right now. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. So probably just gonna have to ask. But as you can see, it's not the end of the world. Basically the fan does work. It's a bit low, maybe that's also why. I mean, it is pretty strong. But obviously I could probably get away with just putting it in with this one and just running it like that for a little bit, but I kind of don't want to cut corners. So for now, you know, I can basically just kind of do that to get, but you know, I might just come back to that and ask for some help, ask some smart people. But I think now I'm probably just going to start the bleeding process of it. I got some distilled water and some coolant. Garage is a mess. Can't wait to clean up, honestly. I got some distilled water. For those that don't know, you want to use distilled water if you ever run water in your car, just because it doesn't have any of the minerals and stuff that will rust your car, really. And I got some coolant. I hear that this car takes about 2.5 liters. Hoping that's correct. Read it online. I guess we'll just find out. So, yeah. Going pretty well. Now, I think before I do bleed the coolant and stuff, I'm going to go down there and put some oil in the oil filter. I'm still debating if I want to change the oil filter, just because I know I didn't really run anything, and yeah, it is a bit, you know, when you're taking it off, it does kind of crunch a little bit, so that's probably the only reason why. But yeah, everything's pretty much plugged in, man. Yeah, so Stay tuned, huh?